Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to share with you my personal ranking of Natasha Denona mini palettes from worst to best using performance, versatility and color story criteria. So if you are interested in this topic, just keep on watching. Welcome! My name is Marisa, and in here we talk about everything beauty and lifestyle, focusing on over 40 issues. If you already saw one of my videos before, thank you for returning. If you are new to my channel and you think that this content might interest you, please consider subscribing. You just need to click on the red subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also consider following me on Instagram. I publish almost daily beauty, lifestyle and sometimes cat-related content on my Instagram stories. I'm sure that you are probably aware that we don't have Sephora here in UK, which really makes me cringe each time Natasha Denona releases a new over mini palette. I absolutely love them and I totally think they are the best possible entry point to get to know her products, especially her eyeshadows. So when recently they became available on Cult Beauty, I was extra happy and the idea of doing this ranking video came out. In total, she has released 8 mini palettes, and of this, I only don't have one, the Mini Lila, which I no longer see in Sephora France's site or even in Natasha Denona's website, so probably it is being discontinued. You might ask, why, Marisa, do you like this palette so much? Well, I'll answer you for several reasons. First one is that there isn't any downgrade in quality and performance in the eyeshadows just because they are in a much smaller size and less premium packaging as we sometimes see with other brands. On the contrary, they are just as creamy, pigmented, blendable as we expect Natasha Denona's eyeshadows to be. The second reason is that they have a perfect mixture of textures, mattes with metallics, satins, sometimes even duochromes, to make versatile looks, and they also have beautiful color stories built in a way that allow for a very big number of different eye looks, much more than we would expect from such small palettes with just 5 eyeshadows. And the third reason is, when do we ever use all the eyeshadows that we have in one palette? In my case, I can say that never. Although these palettes are the smallest of all Natasha Denona ones, I feel that they are perfect for travel and they have a much better price for all those that want to experience for the first time Natasha Denona eyeshadows and don't want to invest on one of her bigger, very expensive ones. Before we start with the ranking, I would like to say that I have dedicated reviews on the Mini Gold, Mini Glam and Mini Retro, and you have the links up here. If you are interested in swatches, comparison swatches and looks using those mini palettes, you can take a look at those videos after this one. So let's start with my palette number 7, and this is, as probably you are expecting, the Mini Tropic. And there are 2 reasons why I've placed this one in the last position. The first is this violet color, purple, whatever you want to call it. I never use it. It's a shade that really is not very flattering on my skin tones and undertones, and also I find it that is one of the rarest eyeshadows from Natasha Denona that doesn't have the best of performances. I use all these 4 shades as eyeliners, and I find that these 3 have perfect colors for doing bold eyeliners in summer especially. And I use this light shimmery blue all over the eyelid as well when I want to go for a very 60s inspired look. I would say this one is not very versatile, at least for me, but as eyeliners, these shadows are absolutely brilliant. The next one is going to be probably very unpopular, but my number 6 is the Mini Sunset. And I know that the warm tones are very appreciated by many. They have actually grown in my appreciation as well. I find that nowadays I'm more able to wear warmer shades than what I was when I started this channel. But still, this one never comes to my mind when I think about warm shades. And the reason for this is, well, to be honest, this shade here, this metallic, kind of scares me. I'm more comfortable with warm shades, but this is a little bit too much. And I find that these other 4 ones, although extremely beautiful, there are similar ones in other palettes from Natasha Denona. So I have the tendency to use those other eyeshadows and not think about this mini palette. Also, to be honest, this is the one that I have the least amount of time, so probably it's one that I have not yet grown to appreciate like I have the other ones. But I have the feeling that perhaps my view will not change much. More so now that Natasha released that bronze eyeshadow palette, which have all of this and much more. Let's see. But for now, for certain, is my number 6. My number 5 is probably another unpopular opinion, but it's the Mini Retro. And I have to say, I love this color story. I might even say that I could be totally obsessed with it if I could use these shades of pink. But unfortunately, I think they do not suit me very well. And it's only because of that I don't put this palette on a higher position. Because, as I said, this color story is beautiful. These eyeshadows perform like a dream. And it's definitely a unique one. Go check out, if you like this color story, my dedicated video. I ended up doing a very nice look with it, and it's a pity that I cannot wear these shades a little bit better. And to prove that I really like this color story, my number 4 is the Mini Gold. And in my mind, they are associated because they both have the greens. One is more like a cooler, a drier kind of green with the respective metallic. And in here we have the more yellow-based green with the beautiful metallic and the gold to match it. And the difference between the two is that instead of pinks, it has this brown and this beautiful all over the lid eyeshadow. I don't have any issue with the performance whatsoever. I think they are beautiful eyeshadows. This gold and this grayish green perform beautifully. And this brown is not a matte, it's a satin, which is also very flattering on more mature eyelids. So all in all, beautiful palette. And this is one that I definitely use a lot. The number 3 and the number 2 were very difficult for me to define which one I like the most between them two. But I decided to put in number 3 the Mini Glam and in number 2 the Mini Nude. And when I said before that when I think about warmer eyeshadows, I thought about other palettes and not the Mini Sunset. And one of those that I think about is this, the Mini Nude. I think this mini palette is absolutely beautiful. And between these two, we have the eyeshadows that are perfect for a business trip, for the everyday use. And it's just a question if you prefer a warmer color story or a more neutral one. And the reason why I've placed the Mini Nude on top is because some of these eyeshadows, I mean, look at this. Isn't this amazing? And it's not to say that the Mini Glam doesn't have amazing eyeshadows, because it has, but especially these two on the Mini Nude, they are really something else. Beautiful, beautiful mini palettes. Finally, my number one is this, the Mini Star palette. I told you how much I love the color stories with those pops of green in it. As you can imagine, this is like a combo in my eyes of all the color stories that I've talked before. So we have here the neutral eyeshadows for the perfect everyday look, for business traveling, for work, etc. And you have here a beautiful greenish gold eyeshadow that really doesn't look out of place with the one from the Mini Gold. And then, although my eyes are hazel and supposedly green would make it even more hazel, both green and brown shades in my eyes are very dark. They translate as brown. So I end up looking better with blue eyeshadows instead of green eyeshadows. And therefore, here we have. And this is the most beautiful eyeshadow. It's a duochrome. It has a brown base to it, and then this turquoise blue duochrome on top of it. This is actually the eyeshadow that I have on my eyes. So I've placed this matte one on my crease, this medium brown, neutral brown on my outside corner and slightly of my bottom eyelash, this duochrome blue on the lid, and on the inside corner I've placed this beautiful warm champagne with a little bit of pink in it. So this is it, my number one. What do you think of my choices? Do you have Natasha Denona mini palettes? Which ones are your favorites? Tell me down below on the comments. So this is it for this smaller video. I hope you have enjoyed it after all the last ones with all those ingredient analysis. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, bye.